Well, excuse me. Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs, and we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship and leadership throughout this economy and how people are adapting. Our next guest is Sanjay Ahuja, and he is, president of Sunbelt Business Advisors. Welcome.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Always a pleasure being with you. You guys are doing a great job for small businesses. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. I heard that you have been on the show before, but it was during one of my absentee moments. You met my business partner from my consulting firm, Jonathan Friedman. But look, this is my first experience with you. Can you tell us a little bit about Sunbelt?
Sure. Yeah. So Sunbelt Business Brokers is a network of offices. I think there are about 250 offices across North America, mostly in the US. We're also a big player in Canada, and then some across Latin America. We specialize in helping clients buy or sell businesses, and these are generally small to low mid-market businesses. So what I mean by that is businesses under $20 million in valuation, somewhere in that range. We sometimes do get involved in deals that are larger than $20 million, but those are far and few. The sweet spot really is deals under $20 million, where what we've seen is there's not enough professional representation available in the marketplace. Investment banking, even boutique firms, don't want to play in anything under $100 million in valuation. So there's a huge gap. And as you know, maybe 98, 99% of businesses are small businesses that are in that range. And there was a big vacuum in the market. Sunbelt and some other similar institutions realized that there is an opportunity and got into this business 30 years ago. And we've been growing since then, and about 250 offices now. We do roughly 3,000 transactions in a year.
Well, that's a lot of transactions for, especially when you consider them small business. And I guess you must have a formula for dealing with such volume and a formula for marketing. Could we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the formula is no different from any other M&A transaction. It's just that there are bigger volumes and the numbers are smaller, but you still have to go through all the same steps, which start first of all with valuation, getting to an understanding of what can be expected out of the business. And then secondly, putting together a marketing plan, so which could be a combination of targeted marketing. We have a huge database of buyers that we have accumulated over the last 30 years. So through our CRM systems, we can tell who is interested in what sort of acquisitions and reach out to them whenever there is an opportunity. Or we could even cast net wide by advertising on internet platforms that specialize in small business transactions. And so the second step is the marketing process, is to put the plan together, is to execute the plan and get it all moving. And of course, supporting that is the creation of all the collateral and the documentation that will be required. So generally, you require an offering memorandum. It's known by various different names, confidential business review package or confidential information memorandum. Depending on the complexity of the business, that could run anywhere between 20, 30 pages to 300 pages. So that requires a lot of groundwork, which is what we do initially with a client. And then when it's out in the market, we find buyer prospects one way or the other, start engaging with them, negotiating, helping them through the due diligence. If financing is required, SBA loans, we will provide them as much support as we can, connect them, introduce them to other professional advisors as needed, and quarterback the whole process till the deal gets closed. So that, is the formula.
So give me a little bit about your background.
I started off in digital computers. I hope that was not my phone. So I started off probably 25, 30 years ago in the world of business with digital, which got acquired by Compaq and then HP. Towards the end of my career, I was focused on acquisitions. We were acquiring small companies to improve and enhance our capabilities. Of course, we wouldn't buy anything under $30 million. We were not allowed to. So that was a different world, so to say. But I enjoyed, being in that role, and decided that if I do go out, my goal was to get out at 50 and do something that I enjoy. And, I didn't enjoy staring at spreadsheets and sitting in forecast calls. And so I got to a point where the targets that I set for myself in terms of net worth, in terms of age, when I hit those goals, I said, okay, it's time now to go out and do something that I really like doing. That's when I started looking around. Fortunately, and that was serendipitously, that Sunbelt, they had an office in Boston which wasn't performing too well, and they were looking to replace the office owner with another one, and we happened to get introduced, started talking. One thing led to another, and I said, okay, yeah, this is a great second innings for me.
So I know you state that Sunbelt is the world's largest seller of private companies. Can you give us some background and specifics to that? Because that's quite a claim.
Yeah. So, well, in terms of number of offices, we have the largest presence in North America. So no other company that's in this space has that many offices. There was a recent internal study done. In fact, I was just looking at it last week, and we generated $76 million in annual commissions in 2020, which is roughly twice, little less than twice the next two players put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite an impressive track list. And are there any industries that you think are more suited for selling at this particular time than any other?
At this particular time, of course, any industry which wasn't remarkably, everybody was affected by COVID, but if any industry was not remarkably affected by COVID, then it's as good a time for them to sell as any. But if the industry, like for example, travel, leisure, entertainment, those industries are very hard hit by COVID, and they're just about starting to recover now. There, I think it would make more sense for sellers to hold on, but rebuild their business back to where it was pre-COVID, and then think about going to the market.
Interesting. Sanjay, if somebody's looking, clearly you don't need our help, for Sunbelt Business Advisors, how would they find the company?
How would they find the company?
Yeah, if they're looking to contact you or the company.
Yeah, so of course, they can call me on my cell phone, always available, 508-868-8189. They could call or text. It doesn't have to be transaction related. If, I like bouncing off ideas. So if anyone has, anything where I could be of help, they could reach me by my cell phone or email Boston MA as in Massachusetts, at sunbeltnet.com. And we have a website. So if they just Google Sunbelt Business Brokers Boston, they'll find our website.
Good. I want to thank you for coming in and being a returning guest on Radio Entrepreneurs, all new to me. Quite an impressive business you've built, but I want to remind our listeners, this is Radio Entrepreneurs.